Hello, my name is James Hawkins with the Arkansas EFT Center, and I want to talk to you about our online externship coming up November the 30th through December the 3rd. I do recognize that right now, many of us have been so used to in our counseling careers to being able to attend trainings in person, and especially a model like EFT, where it is so experiential and attachment based. I mean, what has really drawn me into EFT is not just the model itself and what it's done for me clinically, but it is the community of people. When we come together and train and I learn and we're doing these real-time demos and role plays with the trainers and you're asking them questions on breaks and we're taking lunch together as people, that is a very rich experience. And so I can recognize that asking for people to sign up for online externships can be a little bit difficult, to where you can begin to feel like, will the training truly have the depth that I need? Will I have the connection to the trainers and the facilitators that I need? Well, I want to assure you, like right now in this time, as I've even been going through my own EFT process and journey, I've had a chance with Ryan to do a couple of online courses already, whether it's been here in Arkansas, helping him prepare for London, and even doing one in Texas. And then also with George, who's going to be with us. I've been with George at a training in Nevada, in Fort Hood, and I can really tell you, these guys have been through the works, they've done the research, and they've really revamped this to make the online experience still be very rich. And so some things that we've begun to be able to hear from participants about this is that it has been helpful for them. They've saved some money because they're not having to travel and spend the money on gas or boarding. That there is a certain benefit to learning from the comfort of their own home, that they're setting their own learning environment. If you could see it right here, right now, I've got a desk with notepads out, multiple pens. I've got a couple different displays. And when I'm in externship or core skills, I've got a chat over here because the participants are sharing something really great, or the trainers are loading in questions that are really engaging me real time in the moment to respond. It's not just this didactic, they're still learning. I've seen Ryan and George where they have a separate room set up for demos where they go and still practice these little experiential pieces of the EFT model, and they demonstrate it real time to set you up. And then we also do a lot of breakout groups to where it's not just hear me say it. We're going to send you to a breakout group and you're going to get to go practice it with an EFT facilitator there and also with your team. So you still get all the same reps and still from the comfort of your own home. And so I guess what I'm trying to really share here is it can still be a very rich, deep experience. Our trainers and the facilitating team. One thing that I love about in Arkansas, we have a team of EFT supervisors and other certified EFT therapists and people who have just been through several reps of this, who have now we've gotten this thing down. And so our online externship is very engaging, where you will have your facilitator who will be with you to walk you through the different exercises. The trainers are there and engaged with you. And the community also has done enough of these to where, man, we are all kind of gotten into it to where it's just like we're still hitting our stride. But by no means do I want to sell. Man, I miss the food and fellowship that I get to have with you all at training. But trust me, if you come to this training November 30th through December the 3rd with Ryan Rayna and George Fowler, you will not be selling yourself short in this experience. And I promise it will still help push the leading edge of your EFT learning. But don't only take my word for it. I want you to hear from some other people who describe training with George and Ryan and how EFT training has helped change their clinical careers. Look forward to seeing you there.
It has been an amazing journey. It really has. Like I said, I kind of stumbled up on it, needing some CEUs, and the price that it was, for the number of CEUs I was getting was actually a really good deal.
It's hard to imagine not seeing the world this way. Man, clinically, I would be lost. I remember when I was 19 years old, I moved off to Atlanta, Georgia, away from my family. First time I'd ever been in like more than 4 lanes of traffic. And it was before the time of GPS and iPhones, and I printed out MapQuest directions, and I was trying to read and dodge traffic at the same time. And I remember the first time I got really lost, and it was terrifying. But the moment I could call my friend and have them guide me home, I felt so much relief. And that's exactly how I felt when I found EFT. So I finally had
the way that it has impacted my clinical work. I think I would still be doing a lot more stumbling, working some of those hard cases. I think before, even though I have the certification as a marriage and family therapist, I think before I was able to get, surface stuff. We're real good at doing surface stuff. That's the easy part of the work. I was able to do the surface stuff and some of the just below the surface stuff. This helps me to drop down to the core issue, which a lot of time is an unacknowledged or unresolved emotion or some form of attachment.
Therapist. One of the things that I realized in my externship pretty early on is, I had been working against the grain with my clients, honestly. And I think that to be able to help therapists understand their clients, honor their stories, help them experience, what it is to be human. And that to me was one of the most eye-opening things. We got to get out of people's heads and into people's hearts.
But it also has improved me personally in that I'm able to approach people differently. I'm able to hold space for people differently. I've always been a person who's very big on intentions, but this allows me to seek even greater clarity as far as what a person is experiencing, what a person is trying to communicate, things of that nature.
I first started my introduction into EFT. My life has turned upside down again and again and again. And so I have been so grateful to have had this model that just encompasses grace, not just for my clients, but for myself. I've been able to make sense of things with me individually and relationally, kind of give myself grace, validate hard emotions that come up that I don't like to feel. And also for other people, and I can see people in stuck places and make more sense of what that's like for them when I wasn't able to do that as well before. I think if you're in the field of counseling, you're in it because you want to respond to hurting people. And so I would recommend anybody to attend a training with George and Ryan, because you're going to leave more equipped to do just that.
Attending training with George and Ryan specifically, two words come to mind. They are both personable, and passionate.
So I would think that if you're going to attend this training with them, you'll be challenged, but you'll also be seen. They have a great balance of stretching you and pushing you and challenging you, but also making space for why this job is so hard and all the good reasons we get stuck in session.
So we had our golden nugget, section. Everybody's going to walk away with something that's going to make them automatically better. Ryan is just that type of trainer. He's that type of person. He carries that with him, and you actually kind of experience the EFT, the essence of it during the training, which just you absorb it.